Hey there, welcome to my review of the 1979 TV movie Captain America. Now, this is a film that I grew up with. I remember checking this out pretty religiously from the local Hollywood video when it was still around, along with Captain America 2, Death Too Soon, and the 1990 Captain America film directed by Albert Pyun, because I'm just a sucker for Captain America. I'm a big Captain America fan. As you can see, I'm representing Cap of my hat, and so I was a big Captain America fan as a kid, and I even remember subjecting this TV movie and its sequel to my dad, and sorry, Dad, because this is really lame. This is a film I did review before, but that was a long time ago, and I wanted to do another review of it. I've decided my birthday's coming up my birthday's actually tomorrow and Saturday, so I thought, why not watch and review some Captain America movies lead up to the release of Avengers Age of Ultron, which came out today. So I wanted to catch up on some Captain America reviews, do some re-reviews of some of the older ones, and I thought it'd be a perfect time to do it. Watch some of the movies based on one of my favorite characters in Captain America. All I could say I have is there's a lot of respect given to Marvel and everybody involved with Captain America, First Avenger, and Winter Soldier, because for the longest time, for my Cap fix, for Captain America on film, I had to go with this, or the sequel, or the 1990 film, and it really puts things in perspective, so to speak. Um, there are things about this film I like, which I'll get into later, but for the most part, it's a lame movie. It's a lame TV movie from from the director who directed the Bigfoot versus the $6 Million Man episode. Rod Holcomb directed this TV series, this TV pilot slash TV movie, and he also directed that infamous episode of $6 Million Man where the $6 Million Man fights Bigfoot. So you know you're in for some great, excellent, amazing masterpiece because he's directing it. And but anyway, I actually have more fun watching that episode of $6 Million Man because it's not an hour and a half or close to 2 hours. The running time on Wikipedia and IMDb says it's 2 hours. Yes, it was 2 hours on TV, but on home video it's not 2 hours. Thank God, it's only an hour and 37 minutes. But it feels like 2 hours anyway. Because it's just a very thin plot stretched out beyond its breaking point, and you get tired of it real quick. Now, the film stars Reb Brown as Steve Rogers slash Captain America, and this film does a retcon, so to speak, with Cap, and brings him into contemporary times, which during the time when this movie was released, contemporary was 1979, but definitely not now. It's not current at all, but it was current when it was released. And this was a film that was made because of the success of The Incredible Hulk and Wonder Woman as TV shows on different networks. CBS wanted to get some more superhero films on TV, and so they made this pilot. They wrote this pilot, they hired a guy to just really quickly write a pilot based on Captain America, and it shows. The screenplay, the teleplay by Don Ingalls is really lame. It's a really shitty screenplay or teleplay. It's a terrible teleplay. What can I say? It's a terrible adaptation of the character too, because they bring Steve Rogers into contemporary times, and they give you this bit of information that his father was a 1940s government agent, and because of his very patriotic attitude, that's what earned him the nickname of Captain America. So according to this TV movie, Captain America was just a nickname given to Steve's dad. And then Steve finds out that his father has been murdered, and then that devastates him a little bit, but he ends up but he decides, okay, he gets over it eventually and goes back to his hobby. His not just it's also a hobby, but it's also a way he makes a living as an artist and painting. out of the back of a van. Might as well be a van down by the river. So he's a former Marine, so there's that. Which ties into Reb Brown was in Uncommon Valor, which had come out a few years after this. And, he played a Marine in that. I'd much rather watch Uncommon Valor. Blaster's a much cooler character than Steve Rogers in this movie. But I still don't mind Reb Brown in this. He has a certain charm to his character. He's a likable character. It doesn't save the TV movie, but he's still a likable character regardless. But there's no yelling. You don't get the trademark signature Reb Brown yell, so that really sucks. I mean, come on, every movie's better with the Reb Brown yell. Ah! There's none of that. There's none of that in Captain America, which is really too bad. I really could have used that. I don't think it would have made it better, but it really could have used it to help it be more entertaining. So he is trying to make a living painting paintings out of the back of a van. He probably lives in the van too, because Steve Rogers is kind of a hippie in this TV movie, and he even is inspired by his father's story to sketch a superhero, Captain America, and he listens in on something. He's in the wrong place at the wrong time, and he ends up getting in a fatal accident. But it's supposedly fatal. But then he is administered an experimental chemical called Flag. Get it? Flag? Captain America. Get it? Flag. American flag. America. Fuck yeah. Yeah. Flag. Which means full latent ability gain formula. Which at one point is actually referred to as a super steroid. So in this film, Captain America is a juicer. Yeah, that's your hero, folks. That's your hero, kids. This is our hero, America. Steroid Man. But really, that's kind of what Captain America is anyway. The super serum is essentially just steroids. But this super steroid saves his life, but also enhances his body with heightened strength and reflexes. And whenever you see Captain America show these reflexes, it's really lame. It's basically a poor man's $6 million man. He jumps up in the air really high, and then it goes. It even makes the $6 million man sound effect. Boing. And so he has these super heightened strength and reflexes, but he doesn't show a lot of really heightened strength because I don't know, it just doesn't really show it in this movie. And so these new abilities then lead Dr. Simon Mills, played by Len Birman, who I swear to God is Dr. Oz's doppelganger, who's a research biochemist and intelligence official who told Rogers about his father and gave him the Flag serum to recruit him, and he ends up giving Steve a costume based on his drawing. And there's even a scene in the film where he hands Steve a box with this costume, which looks nothing like the comic. I'm just going to show a clip, and you'll see exactly what I mean. This is as far away from Captain America as you can get. What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? I mean, it even fucked up the shield. One of the most iconic items in Marvel Comics history is Cap's shield. And they fucked that up. It's not red, white, blue. The shield is clear, and it's flimsy, and it looks like a fucking frisbee. It looks like it would shatter into a million pieces if it ever hit anything. And it's clear because it poses as a windshield for Captain America's super bike that he rides out of the back of his van, and it's got rocket jets, and it's got a silent mode, and I'm like, this sounds familiar. Oh yeah, Street Hawk, but Street Hawk in a way kind of copied Captain America. Because Captain America came first, but I'd rather watch Street Hawk than this. The Street Hawk pilot is definitely a lot better than this pilot, or this TV movie. It's definitely a lot less lame. So it's got rocket jets on it, rocket propulsion that makes it go faster. It's got a silent mode, which I guess is somehow possible. And it's also got the ability to have a hang glider pop out of the top of it, just because. And so the first action sequence, of course, even before Steve even gets into his costume, He just does a bunch of Evel Knievel stunts with a motorcycle. Which proves my point that this Captain America is not evil. It's not Captain America. He's Evel Knievel. He's a poor man's Evel Knievel on steroids. So, so then he ends up. He gets the costume, be Captain America, and he goes in and checks out some oil company run by our bad guy, played by Steve Forrest, Lou Brackett. Lame action sequences. He pours over some oil, makes the bad guy slip and fall on it. He's supposed to be Captain America, supposed to have these heightened strength and abilities, and he just makes these guys slip and slide on a bunch of some fucking oil. And he even jumps in the air, and just to get away from the guys who are shooting at him. Captain America's kind of a pussy in this movie, and all the while, so that was great. Develops a relationship with Heather Menzies' character, Dr. Wendy Day, and I remember Heather Menzies from the films, and she's all right here. She's decent, and so then you have that's a great action sequence, not really, and then Captain America, because he finds some guy and manages to intimidate the truth out of the guy, tells him about Brackett's plan about some bomb, a neutron bomb, and so the rest of the film is Cap trying to stop this neutron bomb from heading to LA and blowing it to smithereens. It's a very stock plot that you've seen done a million times in a million other TV shows. So Cap goes in, decent stunt, where he ends up how he even gets into the oil company was actually pretty decent. There's some decent motorcycle stunts in this. Not nearly as impressive as Captain America 2 Death Too Soon. The motorcycle stunts in that are really impressive. Here's just a lot of typical jumping, and there's a decent stunt where a motorcycle Cap on the motorcycle goes alongside a moving truck, and the guy jumps off the motorcycle onto the side of the truck, which is a decent stunt. And he pretty much what happens is the bad guy is in Lou Brackett. He's in the truck. He's gonna detonate the bomb himself because I guess he's gonna blow up along with the bomb or something. He didn't really think he's playing out very well. And Cap also brings along Dr. Simon Mills, or might as well be Dr. Oz, because he totally looks like Dr. Oz. And he brings him in there, and could you just imagine that on the Dr. Oz show? Today on the Dr. Oz show, a new miracle drug, a new miracle pill that gives you super strength and superhuman abilities. Stay tuned. So, but anyway, so he. It's so lame. The stunt to get to the truck was cool, but all Cap does to stop the bad guy is makes it so the exhaust from the truck ends up going into the back into the trailer, and he passes out. That's it. Just uses carbon dioxide to make the guy pass out. There's a loss of oxygen. Maybe he killed him. We could have killed him because that honestly could kill you. And or you find out he's not dead, of course. And Dr. Oz comes in and disables the bomb. That's it. And then the film ends with Captain America actually dressing up in a costume that actually looks a little bit more like the comic, but he still is wearing a stupid helmet for some reason. He's got a mask underneath, and he's wearing a helmet. I guess he has to wear the helmet because he rides on the motorcycle, but it's unnecessary. We don't need to see Cap wear a helmet and a mask. It looks really stupid. And he's still got that stupid looking clear shield, which is just fucking terrible. It's got red circles on it, and it's clear, and it's got a star, and a blue star, not a white star in the middle, but a blue star. And if it's supposed to be a windshield, it's not a windshield because you can't see through it anyway. So there's no purpose for it to be clear at all, and to look that shitty. Don't give me a low budget because the 1990 film with directed by Albert Pyun got the shield right at least. But anyway, it doesn't sound like much because it isn't much. It really is not much, folks. It's a really dull, lame, piss poor TV movie. But if there are any pros I can come up with for the film, the theme song by Ted Post, it's great. I even posted it on my channel. It's a really catchy, fun theme song. And I swear to God, Hans Zimmer must have heard this theme song and just literally copied it for his theme song for The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Listen to that theme song and The Amazing Spider-Man 2 theme back to back. They're very similar. It's a great theme song. I mean, it just oozes patriotism, and yes, it's say of the '70s, but it's still a really fun song. Da 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 I can't help it. Like that theme song has been in my head ever since I saw the film for the first time when I was a kid. Great theme song by Ted Post. Definitely one of the best things about the film. Some of the motorcycle stunts are all right. They're definitely a lot better in Captain America 2, Death's Too Soon. I don't mind Reb Brown. I don't mind Heather Menzies. But the cons outweigh the pros when it comes to this film. It feels too long. I know it's only an hour and 37 minutes, but it feels like it's 2 hours. It's very dull. It's lackluster. There's not a lot going on. It's not very exciting. It's not really that fun to watch either. The direction by Rod Holcomb has its moments, but for the most part, it's pretty stale and bland, much like the film itself. The plot sucks. It's just a typical bomb plot. There's nothing new or interesting about it. Um, the dialogue is pretty awful and really cringe-inducing. Some of this dialogue is just really terrible. And here's an example of just two examples of really shitty dialogue from this film. Steve Rogers is talking to Dr. Simon Mills about the American ideal. The American ideal. It's a little tough to find these days, isn't it? Here's Dr. Simon Mills. Not if you know where to look. Right on. I'm like, God, really? Really? Right on? It's so goddamn corny, it hurts. You also dated your film really badly. And it gets worse. Captain America saves Tina Hayden, and she thanks him, and she says, "How can I thank you?" And he says this line in return: "Just be happy." That deserves another facepalm. Ah, just be happy. It's so stupid. Is that what the tagline of is that what the makers of the film wanted you to be? Just be happy, please. Just be happy with this half-ass shitty product that's not even, it's barely even a Captain America movie because Captain America's barely even in it. It's mostly Steve Rogers. It has the same problem that a lot of these other Captain America adaptations had until the first Avenger and Winter Soldier. Too much Steve Rogers and not enough Captain America. And it's just those lame lines like the "just be happy." No, I'm not happy with this. It's shit. It's terrible. It's really lame. It's a terrible teleplay. It's a terrible adaptation. Captain America is just a shitty Evil Knievel. He's wearing a helmet that looks, the wings are painted on it in an A, and it looks like it's just half-assed. It was painted on by a bunch of kindergartners. The look that he has makes it look like he should be riding in the short bus instead of this motorcycle, the super bike that he's riding around on. The villain is lame. It's just some rich guy who wants to blow up LA for some reason. That's it. Climax isn't much. It's very underwhelming. And yeah, for some reason though, this film was a huge hit in the ratings in 1979 when it aired on January 19th. It was a huge hit in the ratings, and so CBS immediately greenlit another film, which is Captain America: Death Too Soon, which I like to call Not Soon Enough, because it's just as lame, but it has a little bit better points to it, but it's still lame regardless. But anyway, I really don't know what to say about Captain America. I've except it was rated out of 5 stars. 1.5. It's not the worst thing I've ever seen. I've definitely probably say I've seen worse 70s TV movies. I know that CBS is trying to turn another Marvel superhero into a TV show, and they chose Captain America for some reason, which actually kind of would make sense, but not really. Not with what they went with it, and definitely not the direction they took it in. Evil Knievel, it's a superhero. Great, great. That's lame. I don't want to see that. Who wants to see? I don't want to see that. It's not Captain America. It's just no. It worked for the Incredible Hulk because A, that was actually a well written show. This is not well written, not well thought out, and not very good. And that's why I give it 1.5 stars. And mainly it's for some of the motorcycle stunts, Reb Brown, and the score. That's it. Other than that, the rest of the movie is forgettable, in one ear, out your ass, and out of your stomach later because you're puking because it's so lame. But anyway, I really don't know what to say about Captain America, the 1979 TV movie, except it's a forgotten relic for a reason. It's definitely a film of its time. It doesn't hold up well, and it's a movie that I guess could stand as a testament to how not to make a Captain America movie. But that's not saying much. And thank God for Marvel for making two Captain America movies that are great, true to the character, and are actually good because this shit isn't good at all. It's corny. It stinks of moldy cheese. It's just a really terrible film, and all in all respects, and a waste of Reb Brown. But anyway, I really don't know what to say about the film. I've said enough. Except thank you for watching my review, and I will see you guys later. See ya.